Well, next, the death of a Nigerian immigrant 50 years ago was today remembered at his graveside in Leeds.
Yes, if you were watching the programme yesterday, then you may remember how we told you about David Oluwale, who'd come to live in this country but died as a result of the brutality of two police officers.
Well, they were taken to court for what they did, thanks to the bravery of a young police cadet who risked his career to highlight what they'd done. Here's Katie Oscroft.
The events of 1969 had a profound effect on my father.
Carl Galvin came here to remember David Oluwale, but he also came to remember his father. 50 years ago, Gary Galvin was a young police cadet who saw injustice dealt out to a homeless, mentally ill man and spoke out.
It makes me immensely proud. It's an opportunity for me to, first of all, look back and look at my dad's life, not just this event, but think of him with regards to all of the things he was as a father, as a police officer, and as a friend.
Gary Galvin only showed his son this scrapbook of cuttings when he knew he was dying. It told the story of how David Oluwale's badly beaten body was pulled from the River Aire. Two policemen, Inspector Geoffrey Ellerker and Sergeant Kenneth Kitching, had hounded him and attacked him. Gary Galvin saw what was going on and blew the whistle.
He knew why he'd joined the police. It was to protect people, and the actions of those officers were absolutely against that oath that he'd taken, but also his own ethics and morals, and that's why he spoke up.
Carl Galvin followed his father into the force, one which senior officers say would now treat David Oluwale very differently.
Today he would be categorised as a vulnerable person. He'd be categorised as someone living on the streets of Leeds that was vulnerable. I'm proud that we have a city here that cares about people in Leeds. Could it happen today? I don't think it could.
There are now calls for a permanent memorial.
It would be a focal point where people of all races can go to and just reflect, because what happened to David, okay, he was black, he was Nigerian, but it could easily have happened to anyone.
David, soon rate.
Speakers at today's ceremony said lessons should be learned from David Oluwale's death and from the actions of a young police cadet. Katie Oscroft, ITV News, Leeds.